Hey, my name's Ben Valentine. So I'm a hemp farmer. So I'm originally from Maine. I grew up in, most of my time was in Camden, Maine. When I was growing up between birth and 8 years old, we lived in a house that used to be a chicken barn. Essentially, it was converted into a house, and so it was on this big farm. And it wasn't used as a farm, but we did in the sense that we had large gardens. So growing up, it was always a matter of growing our own food and just kind of realizing the value of, working with soil and what can come of that. And, a lot of my ideals from the get-go, came from that experience. So when it comes to farming, it's the same concept. It's, the value of, the earth and what you can produce from it. I own a farm under the name Valentine Family Farm. And so there's several different products we make. My wife Daphne does pickles. She also uses our industrial hemp to make a seasoning. The hemp that I grow is, right now, I've got a variety called Finola. It's originally from Finland. And so we got the seed last year when essentially it became legal through the Farm Bill to grow industrial hemp. A lot of people think, that we're growing industrial hemp. They think we're growing marijuana, which, is completely illegal. And so we wouldn't be telling anyone if we were doing that. This is first of all, they're both cannabis. So most marijuana is cannabis sativa or cannabis indica. And what makes them special, and the reason we all know about them, is because their THC content is very high, and that's the chemical that the cannabis produces, and we get a kind of euphoric, or hallucinatory effect from. And so there are somewhere around 2,000 known varieties of cannabis, and it's only like 2 or 3% of those are actually drug forms. So you've got all these other, over 1,000 different varieties of cannabis that aren't going to get anyone high. And that's essentially where hemp comes in. But legally, and this is international, that 0.3 or lower THC content is where the line is drawn. So anything that we grow by the state of Tennessee before harvest, and they'll take it and they'll test the THC content. It could be that it actually is above 0.3, and then the crop would need to be destroyed. Essentially, you've got different varieties. One is drug, one is not, and it all has to do with that THC content. So with what we're doing, you could smoke a lot of it and nothing would happen. The laws for hemp are better in Tennessee than anywhere else in the country. We're doing what we want. No one's telling us how to do, this. We're just kind of figuring it out as we go. People who are involved, super cool, super friendly. It's a really awesome plant. Just harvesting it is a pleasure because it just smells amazing. And then, I get to have conversations like this. Like, if I wasn't growing hemp, would I be sitting here right now? Probably. I don't know, maybe, but probably not. So it's kind of the spice of life right now. It's fun to talk about, and I like to educate. I like talking about it because that's part of what we're doing is, putting out the good word so people can be open to it being more than just a drug, as most people think it is,